Thanks for calling.
Wow. Good job, guys. Hold on, here it comes the payoff.
Turn down for what?
Somebody on one, and again, popular stuff.
Welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show. I have here a man who led the league in sacks once again, 4-time Pro Bowler, Justin James Watt. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Rich.
How many times have you heard that song?
I have heard it more than a few.
Yeah?
But it's a good song.
You know, it's just...
If you listen to the lyrics,
yeah.
I mean, it's all about the lyrics.
I know that, but it makes very little sense, like, turn down for what, you know? I mean, it makes no... using your name in it doesn't really make any sense.
You see,
all.
I think the beauty
Yeah.
is in the mystery. I think that's what it is.
It's the void.
I think it's
right?
the void
and
of
we just fill it with whatever we want to fill it
We let our
with.
minds flow creatively, and we see what comes out.
I got it. Yeah, I hear you. So
yeah, that's really what it comes down to.
we've just solved a mystery that I don't even know it actually existed.
I've always wanted to drink out of one of these. I've never done it.
There you go. Rich Eisen Show mug. How's the water
It's
from
delicious.
it?
Wow.
Boy.
Your form is fantastic, and your running pose.
Thank you, sir.
It's great.
You know, the first time we met, do you recall the first time that we met?
Yes, it was at Super Bowl.
In Indianapolis.
Yes.
You had just finished your rookie season.
Yes.
It was with Courtyard.
Yes.
You were making the rounds.
Yep.
And you remember who the other person who was signing that day? Here's a hint. He's playing in the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Was it Demaryius Thomas?
No, it was Cameron.
Was it really?
Cameron Newton.
Wow.
The two of you guys. The first overall pick in that draft in the 11th.
Shoot. He beat me to it.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
What did you tell him that day that you didn't tell me?
Well, I told him to just, celebrate as much as he possibly
can.
I told him about something called the dab that was,
that was
years ahead of.
Where's that footnote? Why aren't you getting the credit there?
You know, I don't need it.
Understandable.
I don't need it. I don't even talk about my form on the 40. Right. That's why I'm so slow, because I'm dabbing the whole time.
It's just a constant.
It's terrible.
Dab.
You should see. It's exactly. You think that my form
is running.
Is running, but no, I'm dabbing the whole time.
Brilliant.
The entire time. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that draft class too.
It's incredible.
Vaughn was 2.
Yep.
And
Marcel
they're chasing
3,
each other on Sunday.
We had Patrick Peterson, and we had. We had Julio Jones,
Yep.
we had Tyrann Mathieu, we had Richard Sherman, we had it's AJ Green. I mean, it's an incredible draft class.
No doubt about it.
Right.
And there are 2 quarterbacks that were taken in front of you.
Yeah.
One who plays here now, and Blaine Gabbert.
Right.
And one
Christian
who's out of the league, and Jake
Right.
Locker. No,
Oh,
Locker.
no, yeah, Jake Locker, and then Christian Ponder was right after me.
You. Right after you. Do you wear at all in your constant play and your constant drive to get better, being 11th overall in any way, shape, or form? JJ?
No.
Did you wear that?
Because I thought being 11th overall was incredible when it happened.
At the time?
Yeah, I mean, when you get drafted, it really doesn't, I mean, unless you're projected to be, number 1, number 2, you really don't care where you go. It's just incredible. And to me, I had mentally prepared myself to go, later than 11th. And so when I got picked 11th, it was incredible, and I was elated and happy. So no, I don't really have any ill will towards being 11.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in Cam, it's interesting, and you're a perfect person to ask this, because Cam, his celebrations, his exuberance, is viewed by some as manufactured.
Right.
And sometimes you get the same thing.
Absolutely.
You get the same thing. So what do you think about when people say something like that?
People can say whatever they want. There's people at home that'll say you're fake or you're manufactured or whatever they want to say. But at the end of the day, you're the one living this life, and they're not. So quite frankly, there's just so many people out there that want to either, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, hide behind a keyboard and write all these criticisms of you where they have no idea what your life is like. They have no idea what you've gone through or what you're going through or how your day-to-day life goes. And so I think early on in my career, I definitely let that affect me. I definitely let what other people said.
How so? What do you mean?
It just gets to you. I mean, early on in my career, you're young, you're a little bit more immature. You read every Twitter, you read every Facebook, and you see the comments and the articles and people saying things like that, and you let it get to you. You're like, why don't these people like me? I'm going out there, and I think I'm trying to do everything right. I'm trying to be a good guy. Why don't these people like me? But the more I've gone throughout my career, the more I've realized it doesn't matter what you do. There are going to be people that don't like you regardless of how good of a guy you are, how much you try and be the guy that they think you should be.
Yeah, and Cam's definitely seeing that too.
Right.
There's no question about that.
No doubt.
Because he's talking about haters. Well, he doesn't use that word. That's wrong. I'm going to put that in his mouth. But he's talking about how people are critical of him and how there is nobody like him because you can't compare him to anybody. Would you agree with that assessment that you can't compare Cam to any other quarterback since you chase them down for a living?
I mean, he is a very unique quarterback. I don't know if there's never been anyone like him, but I think he is a very, very unique quarterback, and his skill set is incredible. He's so big, he's so fast, he's so strong, but he can also stand back there and throw the ball and find the open receiver and hit him. So he has an incredible skill set. He's an incredible player, and he does. He brings a whole other aspect to the game because you have to be aware of everything that he can do against you.
Is he as big? Is he as tall as you? I mean,
I don't know if he's. I don't know. I'd have to. He's a massive guy. He's huge for a quarterback.
When he went up to Russell Wilson before the game in the playoffs,
right,
and went up and shook his hand,
yeah,
Russell disappeared. I mean, Russell.
Cam is a big guy, and Russell's also a smaller guy.
Yeah, he is.
But I think isn't that crazy that you can have the same exact position, two totally different styles and sizes, both extremely effective.
Yeah,
it's wild.
And both everybody thinking that they're fake.
Right.
That everything that they do is fake and completely manufactured.
But what would they rather? What would they rather those guys do?
That's a good question.
Would they rather those guys go out there and do what? What do you want them to do? You want them to go out and
not give footballs to children. JJ.
Right, seriously. Like how is somebody?
How dare you have a catch with a child?
You danced and then you handed a football to a child and made his day.
That's right.
I hate that. Like who says that? Like what's wrong with you?
I don't understand, man.
What's wrong with people?
But look, I'm with you on that front. I've got JJ Watt here on the Rich Eisen show. So how much better can you get? Tell me.
I don't know. I didn't know the answer to that. In 2012, after my first pretty good year in the league and won Defensive Player of the Year, everybody asked, how are you possibly going to go from here? What can you possibly do from here?
Right.
And I told everybody then, I said, I promise you my second year in the league won't be my best. And everybody was like, but I just don't understand how you can go. And so here we are 3 years later, and I'm still trying to find new ways to get better. So I don't know the answer, but I do know that I'm going to continue to try to get better.
Who do you like sacking the most? Is there somebody in the league like, yeah, I like that. I want more of that.
Yeah, I like that.
You know?
I really don't have a favorite. It sounds so cliche, but they are so hard to get. You don't care how you get them. You don't care if it's a guy falling down and you touching him. You don't care if you had to run 20 miles and make the most incredible tackle.
No, you're being very gracious, but I mean, I've heard you mic'd up where you tell offensive linemen, this is an easy day for me. You need to be better.
It's all mind games, baby.
I've heard, is that, yeah?
I mean, it's a little bit of mind games, yeah. You get after a guy a couple times and you kind of try and get inside of his head a little bit. But yeah, every game is different. There are some games where I take that approach. There are some games where I'm dead silent. So every game is different, but sometimes you just get in that groove and you got to let a guy know what's happening.
I see. You playing the mind game. Did anybody get in your mind when you were a rookie? Somebody who got in your face, in your mind, and you saw, you know what, I need to make a mental note of that and use that later on. Anybody do that too?
My D-line coach from when I was young. I was just talking about it a little earlier. Bill Kolar, D-line coach.
Okay.
He's with the Broncos now, actually. So.
Okay.
But he's an extremely passionate, extremely loud, extremely in-your-face coach who tells it like it is. And so, as a rookie, you don't really know how to handle that when a guy's out there every single day screaming and yelling, and everything you do is scrutinized. But now he's one of my best friends to this day. I love the guy to death, and I appreciate and understand everything he did. At the time, I didn't understand it, but now I fully understand and appreciate everything he did.
JJ Watt here on the Rich Eisen show. Could you score against Frank Kaminsky? I mean, if there was some form of a competition where you v Kaminsky, you put some points on the board.
It'd be tough, Rich. It'd be tough. I don't have that good of a shot. Frank's extremely tall.
Okay.
So
you don't have any game of which?
Oh no, I have a game, but it's all post game. It's all dunking and.
You don't have a three?
And rebound.
You can't step outside.
I can shoot it. I can't.
So how far? What's your range? 18 feet?
No, 18 inches.
Nice.
Yes.
So you got the layup.
I have the layup, the dunk, the rebound.
That's it.
I don't have the free throw in my arsenal.
So
I have the foul in my arsenal.
So if I need to say put somebody at the line, I put you in the game. You are my official.
I am DeAndre
intentional
Jordan.
Fouler.
Yeah.
No, well you're the guy who goes up to DeAndre.
No, yeah.
I need those 5 fouls out of you.
Do you get kicked out of a game if you do it too hard? Is that flagrant?
We were talking about that just the other day with Mike Chris's about how these fouls should not be called. And the reason why they do call these touch fouls is to make sure somebody like you doesn't come and
like an enforcer, like
Yes.
a like a Tomei in hockey.
Yeah.
Like
Are you okay with Aaron Rodgers adopting Wisconsin as his
Ooh,
team and
that's a
like
good
kind of
one.
being the face of the program whenever
do you
they
think
were in the
about that?
finals?
the face of the program.
Like he was,
Careful
they
now.
kept cutting to him for the NFL.
Careful now.
Is that what happened?
I was a little
I don't know.
surprised.
I was
you know?
at the game, so I didn't get to watch it live.
They showed him and Olivia, and not
Oh,
you
that's
as much.
great.
Or
Good for him.
Russell.
Yeah.
I mean, I adopt Houston teams, so I mean, I follow UH, the Cougars. I follow
There you go.
Rice.
But
I mean, I guess this is a situation like we're talking about where it's what do you want people to do? I'm sure he didn't ask them to have the cameras on.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm sure he didn't. But I like where you're going, trying to get something out of me. I see where your head's at.
gotta
I see what's
try,
going
dude.
on here.
Come on.
I see what. But no, I think it's cool that he chooses to support them. Because for me, this year, watching the Cougs go to the Peach Bowl and beat Florida State, that was incredible.
see,
to
now
watch.
that's fake, right there. That's fake. You don't really mean that.
Oh,
See,
absolutely.
you know what I mean? Like, let's just.
Yeah,
call
you
it
want to see what else I can do?
Yeah, please.
I'm a big fan of Rich Eisen. I'm a big fan of
Now
Rich
that
Eisen.
sounds genuine to me. Wait a minute. I can't tell anymore. See, this is now going down the rabbit
is
hole.
crazy.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to go through some prop bets?
Yes,
here?
I do. This sounds
JJ
fun.
Watt is going to go through some Rich Eisen Show Super Bowl 50 prop bets. And we've set up about how many are there, Brockman? What do you got?
We have
for me?
8 of them.
Okay, we have 8 of them. You want to run through them for JJ Watt? What do we got? Here's the first one. I could read it from here now. Ted Ginn drops 1.5. Over or under? What do you think on that,
Under.
JJ? You're going to go under on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a Super Bowl.
The number of times Phil Simms says the words Gwyneth Paltrow, one or the other, because
Gwyneth Paltrow?
yes, it's Chris Martin of Coldplay doing the halftime show, and
okay.
that's his ex, who may actually be in the stands. So that's the mother load. It's at a
Oh,
half.
boy, it's
All
at
he's
a
got to do
half.
is just say Gwyneth or Paltrow. Phil Simms, though, not Nance. Simms. Over under.
Oh man,
On that, what do you
I'm
think?
going no. Under.
Okay, that's another.
That's a bold move.
That
though.
is
I
a
don't
bold.
know.
I went over just because if it happens,
Yeah.
I mean that lights up like a Christmas tree.
Yep.
Odell Beckham Jr. Josh Norman fight video, just showing it because it's a new
Yes.
audience. Some folks think that they may not know who Josh Norman is. They do remember that happening 1.5 times. We have to see it twice.
Oh, no.
For it to be the
No,
over.
you won't
just
see it
once.
twice, yeah.
Just so you'll take the under
I don't
on
think
that.
they want that out there.
Okay. Number of, we actually asked Archie Manning this yesterday. The number of Manning family cutaways in the CBS
45.
broadcast. So you'll take the over because the line is at 4.5.
4.5. I'm taking the over.
Over.
Absolutely.
Okay. You commented when you walked out here prior to taping. You saw Alcatraz, you saw the Golden Gate
Yeah.
Bridge. You said you never really seen these before, right?
Correct.
Okay. So the broadcast shows them 3.5 times over or under during the
Over.
broadcast.
Over.
Over. The number of times Jim Nance says the word friends.
What's the line?
2.5. 2.5.
Under. Oh. Yeah.
Because he says hello, friends, at
I
the
know.
top.
That's why I'm banking on
And then-
that being the
but,
only one.
Right, hey, but it's like Josh Norman and Odell
Good
Beckham
friends.
now have become
Oh,
friends. Then that's
wow.
another time. You want to rethink it?
Nope.
Okay.
Gut. Go with your gut.
And
Olivia
if-
Pope.
Okay.
Scandal.
Yeah. Okay.
Go with your gut.
Olivia Pope.
Go with your gut.
Okay. The number of times the words phrase "passing the torch" is used.
Oh, a lot.
4.5 is the line,
Nope.
though.
Not that many though.
Okay.
Under.
And then total number of dabs.
Oh my God.
Now, hold on a minute now. Live action dabs, not replays of dabs, not
Right.
like this is what the team's been doing dabs.
So tell me this.
Yes.
If 5 guys dab at once, does that count as
that
5?
counts as a singular dab.
Ooh.
A singular dab. Now, as you know, Cam dabs
Almost
after every first down.
Right.
He dabs after scoring.
Right.
And we think, now you as a defender know this, there's going to be somebody on Denver if they get Cam down on the ground.
Yes.
A sarcastic dab, right?
Absolutely.
Would you do that if you got Cam down in a game like
Absolutely.
this? You would dab.
Absolutely.
5.5 is the line. Over or under?
Over.
Attaboy. I'm over too.
This
Can
is
we throw
good.
one more out there since
Yes.
you're here?
Is Snoop Dogg
You
picking
know the
Anthony?
answer to this.
Yeah, Snoop's on the show later.
If we set the line at 2.5 for JJ Watt commercials during the Super Bowl,
Ooh,
are we hitting the
nice.
over or the under?
That's great.
That is a good one.
What's the line? What's the
2.5.
2.5.
I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't know. the
You
answer.
don't know.
I think it's over. I don't know the answer.
Okay.
I should know the answer to that question.
Don't you think?
They're going to be good. I can tell you that. There's going to be some.
Are you
damn
still
good
chopping? Are you
commercials.
still chopping wood?
I'm still chopping wood. Do you have any idea how much wood it takes to heat up a mini log cabin? Do you realize?
How many pieces of wood did you chop for that commercial? What's the over? Over/under is.
Take your guess.
60.
What do you think?
I'll take the over.
I think 10.
Law.
I don't think you actually did it. I think someone else did it, and they just brought it in.
Uh-oh.
I actually myself chopped
Yes.
about 7 pieces, and I missed on 3.
So it was a real axe?
It was a real axe, and they were freaked out about it. They were not excited.
Being the Texans or the
everybody on the entire set?
Okay.
Because I said, I'm going to chop this for real.
Yeah.
And they said, no, we have these fake ones that'll fall apart. And I said,
Yeah.
that's bullcrap.
Right.
I'm going to chop this for real.
Well, our fake fireplace is running a little low. So.
That looks like it's running on my my Verizon chopped wood over there.
Let's talk Papa John's before
Let's do that.
before we roll. Well, my gosh, we had Archie and Joe Montana yesterday
Pretty
talking
good
about
lineup,
this.
eh?
Now let's do this again.
Archie, Peyton, Joe, me.
Joe, you, and let's not forget Papa
Let's not
himself.
forget Papa himself.
You know,
I mean, you can't have Papa John's without Papa.
We can't.
Nope.
So this is their quality.
Quality guarantee.
Yeah.
If you order a pizza from Papa John's starting on Monday after the Super Bowl,
Yes.
and you don't like the pizza, call them, tell them why. They'll send you a new pizza.
Send you new pizza right away.
I mean, a quality guarantee.
Quality
What more could you ask for?
You can't.
You're guaranteed quality, and that's how much Papa John's believes in their pizza. Papa believes so much in his pizza and his ingredients that he's willing to guarantee the quality.
Got it.
It's incredible.
It's great. And go to starting Monday, Super Bowl 50 customers can get 1 large pizza with up to 5 toppings for just $9.99.
Can't beat it.
Justin James Watt.
Thank you so much,
You are
Rich.
a good man.
You
Thank
are a
you for
good man
coming
as well.
on. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.